It's Monday, September 30th. This is PSN News. Tonight we'll bring you more details on a state college company accused of not paying its workers and a food delivery company's personal data hack.
We also have more on what high school football teams will be playing at Beaver Stadium, as well as updates on the Trump impeachment process. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Maddie Biertempfel.
And I'm Annie Mae.
Owner of the state college company Goodco Mechanical is facing criminal charges after a statewide grand jury found 56-year-old Scott Good underpaid his workers more than $64,000 for at least 5 years. The over 100 criminal charges follow a nearly 2-year-long investigation of theft allegations on a public works project in Clearfield County. The company allegedly violated wage laws by underpaying wages and claiming unlawful benefit credits on the project, according to a release from the State Attorney General's office. Good disputed the charges and was released on bail. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for October 23rd.
A former Nature's Pantry employee was accused of stealing close to $5,000 in cash and other merchandise from the State College store. Video reviewed by police showed 22-year-old Franklin Zenang stealing store property on several different occasions throughout the months of July and August. Zenang took money from the register by scanning items as returns and putting them back onto the floor, as well as taking items without paying for them. He was charged with multiple felonies and was arraigned on Thursday. His preliminary hearing scheduled for this week.
The State College High School and Cumberland Valley High School football teams will face off in a place familiar to Penn State fans this October. The Little Lions and Eagles will play a game at Beaver Stadium, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, on Saturday, October 26th, the first time a high school game has been played at the iconic venue since the 1980s. Following the NCAA rules, neither team is allowed to profit off the game, and each must pay for travel expenses. Both State High and Cumberland Valley have alumni on the current Penn State team, including Charlie Catshear, Keaton Ellis, and Tommy Freiberg. State College High has been without its usual home field, Memorial Stadium, this football season. The stadium is undergoing major renovations and is closed for the entire 2018 to 2020 school year. Tickets cost $10 and go on sale October 1st at each high school and the Bryce Jordan Center.
State College was recently named the best college town in Pennsylvania in a ranking of American college towns on reviews.org. The rankings use data collected from the United States Census Bureau and the Bureau of Labor Statistics, analyzing things like student population, education and rental rates, and availability of nightlife. Additionally, coming in at 6th overall best college town in the country, State College was noted in particular for its graduates receiving internships and jobs at quicker rates and securing higher average incomes through the university.
Stay tuned, because after the break, Natalie Graham will bring you the latest in entertainment news.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Natalie Graham with your entertainment update. The Chainsmokers and 5 Seconds of Summer performed at the Bryce Jordan Center last night on their World Joy Tour. To kick off the show, Lennon Stella performed her set before the world-famous Australian boy band Rock the BJC. 5 Seconds of Summer played popular hits like She Looks So Perfect, Young Blood, Amnesia, and Easier. Soon after, the Chainsmokers performed with fireworks, a crazy display of lights, and even motorcyclists performing dangerous stunts that left the arena in awe. The dynamic duo performed songs such as Paris, Call You Mine, and Don't Let Me Down, as well as a never-before-heard song that left the arena with their phone lights swaying back and forth. The Chainsmokers even mentioned that Penn State was their favorite show so far, but we wouldn't expect anything less. The Penn State Blue Band is celebrating their 120th anniversary this year. The Blue Band will be holding an annual indoor concert called Blue Bandorama, where they will showcase music from this season's halftime shows. The concert will be Saturday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. at the Bryce Jordan Center. This is an exciting year because this is the second time it will be held in the BJC, instead of the Eisenhower Auditorium like previous years. Tickets went on sale last Friday and are still available to students and the public. Tickets start at $9.50 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or in person at the Bryce Jordan Center. 17-year-old phenom Billie Eilish recently announced her 2020 world tour called the Where Do We Go Tour. Eilish is starting her tour in Miami, Florida in the beginning of March and ending in London, England by the end of July. Eilish will be making stops all over the world, including all around North America, South America, and several cities in Europe. The American singer will be performing songs from her debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go album, which landed her #1 spot on the Billboard 200 chart. Tickets go on sale this Friday, October 4th, either at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., depending on the venue's location. Tri-state shows include Madison Square Garden, the Prudential Center in New Jersey, the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, and the Capital One Arena in D.C. Be sure to check the Billie Eilish official site at billieeilish.com or Ticketmaster.com for more information. That's your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Noah Chast has the latest in sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Noah Chast with your sports update. Penn State football dominated Maryland this past Friday night, winning 59-0 in their first road game and Big Ten matchup of the season. Quarterback Sean Clifford set a Penn State record, throwing 287 yards in the first half and a personal best, 398 yards in less than 3 quarters of play. Clifford threw for 3 touchdowns and ran in his first rushing touchdown of the season. KJ Hamler had a career-high 6 receptions for 108 yards, including a huge 58-yard touchdown. Penn State came into the game off their bye week and remained undefeated at 4-0. The Lions are still number 12 in the AP National Rankings and return home for another Big Ten matchup in their homecoming game against Purdue this Saturday. Penn State's women's volleyball swept Rutgers on Saturday in their second straight sweep of a Big Ten team. Johnny Parker led the way on offense with 12 kills and 2 aces. This is Parker's 3rd straight match with 2 or more aces. Middle's Serena Gray and Caitlin Horde combined with 15 kills and 7 blocks. Penn State dominated the home match, winning 2 of the sets by 10 or more. The Lions have won 37 consecutive sets against the Scarlet Knights, dating back to 2001. The team is now 2-0 in the Big Ten and 9-2 overall. This is a young team with the majority of their starters in their second year or less. However, expectations are always high with Coach Russ Rose. The Lions will take on 13th-ranked Wisconsin Wednesday night in Madison. The MLB postseason will kick off this Tuesday with the National League wildcard game between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Washington Nationals, and the American League wildcard game on Wednesday between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland A's. The Los Angeles Dodgers enter the playoffs as the #1 team in the National League and are hoping to make it to their 3rd straight World Series, this time hoping for some better results. Things are a little more top-heavy in the American League with the Houston Astros, the New York Yankees, and the Minnesota Twins all finishing the season with over 100 wins. The Astros are looking to win their 2nd World Series in 3 years, while the Yankees are hoping to win their league-best 28th championship. The Astros and Dodgers have the highest odds to win the World Series. However, anything can happen in October baseball, and every team in the playoffs is capable of winning it all. That was your sports update. Stay tuned because after the break, we'll bring you an exclusive interview with the newly elected president of the Penn State IFC.
Hello, I'm Brandon DeWolf, and welcome back to PSN News. We have Nate Brodsky, the newly elected IFC president here at Penn State. Hi, Nate. How's it going?
I'm doing good, Brandon. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your position and what that means?
No, yeah, of course. So I am Nate Brodsky. I'm a junior marketing major in the Smeal College of Business here at Penn State. I'm from Northern Virginia, Fairfax County, so not really familiar with everything Philly or New Jersey that seems to fill Penn State. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to serve in this elected position. I'm really excited for it and what the journey holds and everything about it.
So can you tell us about the most important aspects of this job and why you're the right man for it?
Right. So I see the IFC president's role as being one that, you are the greatest advocate for Greek life and all of its members, and you're that bridge between the members and all of the external stakeholders. So I want to bring forth, the approach that, hey, I am your greatest advocate, and I'm here to make sure that you are having an enjoyable experience being in Greek life, but also one that is still safe and controlled.
So what are some of the changes that Penn State IFC has been making within the last couple of years, and how do you plan on furthering these changes?
So obviously there's been a lot of internal changes, that we've endured in the past few years. Whether that's strengthening the ties with stakeholders and our relationships with them, or with the members itself and the individual chapters. And I see where I come in is having a more holistic approach to the IFC as a whole. It's an approach for organizational well-being, which is, if we focus on the internal chapters themselves and helping them achieve the highest potential they can, then the IFC itself will rise as one and the organizational well-being will increase. So, I'm here again to be a huge advocate for them and to put in the work.
All right, so how can the Penn State IFC and Greek community better integrate itself within the broader Penn State community as a whole? And do you think this is important? Why or why not?
Yeah, so I think JP Brady and the current IFC executive board have done a fantastic job in strengthening those ties with other Greek councils like Panhellenic, National Panhellenic, and the Multicultural Greek Council. And I'm looking forward to continuing that, but maybe even take a step further and branch out to other student organizations or whatnot. But more specifically, I definitely like to strengthen that transparency within Greek life community and the Penn State community as a whole. I want everybody to see the great and amazing things that we've been working hard on the past few years and show everybody, the amazing progress that we've made, because it's truly something special.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself, your role, or anything about IFC and its role within Penn State?
I see the IFC president again as you are the symbol of, fraternities, at least at Penn State, nonetheless Greek life as a whole. You are the embodiment and the symbol of what Greek life and its members want, and not just that, but also making sure that as themselves as individuals, they're achieving a high development of potential themselves. So you would get somebody in this IFC president role with me, somebody who's honest, straightforward, and authentic in their own beliefs and values, somebody who is extraordinarily passionate about Greek life. I was just serving as the Acacia fraternity president for the past year, and I loved it. I'm looking forward to taking a lot of growth and lessons that I've learned in that role into the IFC role, and further my experience and help benefit everyone.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. I really appreciate you talking to me. That's about all the time we have today.
Awesome.
And stay tuned, because coming up we'll have this week's weather report.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, Central Pennsylvania. I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate here with your PSN forecast. We're taking a look at our weather headlines over the next couple of days. We're starting off with big heat midweek. Temperatures due to climb into the low and mid 80s as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's going to feel every bit like it. Our next rain chance will arrive on Thursday, and that'll bring our temperatures back down to and below averages for this time of year. Although we are looking forward to a very sunny weekend just in time for Purdue to play Penn State at Beaver Stadium. We are looking forward to the rain. Our Pennsylvania drought tracker shows that much of the state is indeed abnormally dry right now. Now that is not technically a category of drought, but we are a little bit below average for this time of year, with one small exception down by Oxford, just a little bit to the west of Philadelphia. They are in a moderate drought, so they could use the rain a little more than we can here in central Pennsylvania, but it would be nice to get all of this yellow off the board, and we will probably do that as we head through the rest of the week. Let's time that out on future weather. We may see some spot showers as we head into the evening tonight, just a couple light showers in the area. Eventually that's going to clear out. Tuesday is going to be fairly cloud-free, partly sunny skies, mostly sunny skies even. Wednesday, you can see some of that rain starting to build in out of the northern tier. The clouds are going to be accompanying it by midday on Wednesday. And then as we head into the rest of Wednesday and Thursday, you can see the rain becomes more widespread. It pushes further south. Most of the rain is going to be confined north of Interstate 80, but we may see a little bit here in the State College area and along parts of the I-99 corridor early Thursday morning. Now let's switch out to a different computer model and zoom out to a wider view and show the bulk of the rain is going to be moving in from the Midwest and will be arriving in central Pennsylvania early Thursday afternoon. And by Thursday around the dinner hour, it's fairly widespread across much of the state. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple moderate to heavy showers embedded in this low pressure system and the rain associated with it. Nothing severe, nothing to completely cancel your plans over, but do make sure you have an umbrella if you have any evening plans on Thursday. Eventually, all that rain is going to slide off to the east, and it's going to leave us under mostly sunny skies on Friday. Notice the clouds eventually starting to push off to the north away from Pennsylvania, and that trend is going to continue, leaving us completely cloud-free on Saturday just in time for the football game. This trend is going to continue on Sunday, so we're calling for a fairly cloud-free weekend. I seem to be struggling with that. Tonight, 55 degrees under a partly cloudy sky, winds light out of the south. Then Wednesday, October is in full force with a high almost 20 degrees above average this time of year. We're calling for a high of 85, and winds out of the south not really going to help as much. You're going to feel it as you step out the door during the day on Wednesday. And then after that, temperatures quickly plummet. Thursday, with that chance of rain, temperatures quickly knock back down to around 70, just a couple degrees above average for this time of year. Lows quickly dropping out of the 50s into the upper 40s. And notice the weekend, Friday, Saturday into Sunday, temperatures in the low and mid 60s for your highs. And check this out, even upper 30s for lows on Saturday and Sunday night. Monday is our next chance of rain after Thursday. May see a couple spot showers, fairly light, fairly isolated. Notice the temperature only getting to around 55 degrees. So enjoy the heat while it lasts if you're a fan of it. As for me, I'm definitely looking forward to the weekend with temperatures in the mid 60s. For the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate. Have a great week.
Teachers in Chicago voted Thursday to authorize a strike in the nation's third largest school district. 94% of Chicago teachers union members support the strike and are demanding higher pay, smaller classes, and more support staff. The Chicago mayor and Chicago Public Schools CEO say they offered the union a 16% raise over 5 years, but teachers there say it isn't enough. The union plans to set a strike date in mid-October, but said they'll continue bargaining sessions in an attempt to reach a deal before then.
Impeachment inquiries into President Donald Trump hurried along this weekend as House Democrats subpoenaed Secretary of State Mike Pompeo Friday, telling him to produce a collection of documents and witnesses that could potentially highlight President Trump's attempts to pressure the Ukraine into investigating presidential candidate Joe Biden. These steps were the first major actions taken by the House since the starting of the initial impeachment proceedings last week. Democrats are expected to claim more subpoenas and a possible first impeachment hearing sometime within the next week.
DoorDash announced Thursday that the personal data of nearly 5 million customers, workers, and merchants was compromised through an unnamed third-party service provider earlier this year. The food delivery service said the leaked data may have included names, addresses, phone numbers, and the last 4 digits of customers' credit cards. The leak affects users who joined before April 5th, 2018, and the data was compromised May 4th. In a blog post, the company commented that it, quote, deeply regrets the frustration and inconvenience the breach has caused users. The company said it has since added additional security layers surrounding its user data.
Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf officially announced last Wednesday his want for legalization of recreational marijuana for adults in the state of Pennsylvania. Wolf seeks to spark serious conversation about legalizing recreational use of the drug through calling legislation to repeal nonviolent criminal charges relating to small amounts of cannabis and to annul records of the previously convicted. Throughout his tour of Pennsylvania's 67 counties, he reports having a 68% approval rating for the idea of legalizing recreational marijuana.
And that's all for us tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News and on Instagram at Penn State Network News.
Have a good night, Penn State.